What's up, everybody? My name is Ibrahim Kanara. You're watching Made in the District. And tonight we have Spzrkt with us. Welcome back to DC, bro. How's it going?
Man, I feel good. It was a great night. I'm excited to be back here, and I hope I can come back soon.
That's what's up. That's what's up. How'd you like the energy out there after the show and everything went?
That thing was crazy, especially more so when Gold Link did Aquafina. But the crowd was very live for me. I didn't expect, I wasn't sure who knew the music, who didn't, or whatever. But it was wild. It felt real good up there. I'm just glad people were more receptive to it, man.
1, 2, 3, let's move. Right there in the middle of space, right there in the middle of space.
So that name, Spzrkt, I mean, sometimes a couple of your fans get a little bit thrown off by the acronym behind it, but I mean, can you give us a little bit of info on the inspiration behind that name and how you got there?
It was just a college nickname. I was at Fort Valley State University in Georgia in 2008 for like 2 months, maybe. And while I was out there, I had a friend named Pluto, and we were listening to, it was in a cafe. They played like the MTVU videos.
Right.
And the song Spaz came on by NERD. Yeah. And so like Pharrell's doing like the dance or whatever. And I would get up and do it with him every time I saw it on. And she just called me Spazzy. The Rocket I just added because I heard it as a last name somewhere.
Okay.
And I thought it was dope.
Right.
So I just added it to my name, and when I took all the letters out, I just did the no vowels. I just thought it looked cooler.
Right. It does.
So yeah, then like actually
did any of that inspiration come behind like groups like Spzrkt and like that?
No, see, I didn't know about Spzrkt until I Googled my name with no vowels.
Yeah.
I had been Spzrkt since 2008.
Right.
So I decided that's my name, but I didn't do it with no vowels. When I decided to reboot that name in 2012 as a solo artist and just take the vowels out because I don't like how it looks as a full name.
Right.
I looked at it and I searched it. That's when I first found out about Spzrkt, and that's when I started listening to his music.
Okay.
So like that's one of those cool things from there. But people are like, oh, who are they? Are they connected? Or are they No, he's a white guy from London. I'm a white guy from America. Like just completely separate things. But I mean, it'd be cool.
It's great minds think alike type of thing.
I guess. Well, at the same time, there's no K in Spzrkt.
That's true.
Come on, like that's his fault. That's not my fault. All my letters exist in my name.
Right.
So yeah, but that's it's all cool.
Okay. So you started out making music in the church, and you were drumming in the church pretty heavily, and your music was kind of Christian hip hop and R&B based. But as you say in the past, your music kind of transfers and crosses over between different types of genres. I mean, it's almost a mashup of all kinds of different stuff. And you sing, you rap. What can you tell us about the transition between that Christian type of music and moving over to this more alternative, contemporary, progressive type of thing?
I believe my music has always been the same in the sense of there was always songs about girls and there's always songs about God, and it's still that way now.
Okay.
I think there's more of a focus on it now because I've been able to work with a bigger, collection with, being affiliated with Selection, with through my friendships with the guys there, and it's put on a wider scale. But even then, Pharrell played "How Do You Love Me" on Othertone on Beats One. "How Do You Love Me" is about Jesus. Joe played JMK. Yeah. Joe played JMK. JMK is about Jesus. Like, I still make that music because that's still my heart. I just wanted to be able to do it on a wider scale for people who needed it. Like, the moment you just had right there with, that's about Jesus. When somebody finally hears that, they watch an interview or they have a chance to hear it, and it's like, they listen to it again, they listen to it differently, and it's like, man, like, that is crazy. Because at first you related that song to you in a certain way,
right,
and now you can relate it to you in a whole nother way that could change your life, can alter your heart. So I never completely will take that out of my music because I think it's necessary. Like, I don't need to make music if that's not going to be a part of it somewhere. That's the difference in me, and I think that's the difference in life in general that people need to know. So it's always going to be there. I made it. In my writing, I just adjusted who it was for, I guess. Because originally, when I would write my stuff about God, it was aimed towards the Christian audience. So there's certain things they want to hear, certain ways they want to hear it, where I kind of just wanted to be 100% just relatable to the lost about it. And so I just went ahead and, I don't know, I altered it in a way where it really didn't matter who listened to it. it wasn't so much catered just towards Christians or
Right.
just towards, you know, just towards non-believers only.
Right.
Like I made it to a way, in a way that everybody can listen. So it's just, it hasn't been too much of an adjustment other than just, you know, in my mind really trying to make sure my target audience isn't just one set of people. That's been the only difference. So yeah, other than that, man, I'm still doing what I've always done. You can look at every tape, probably except Lucid Dream. They all have songs about both God and girls. Lucid Dream is just the one that's just all about God.
Right.
So yeah, I kept the same strategy.
DC. Maryland. Virginia. Make some noise for Spzrkt and our brothers for love for real, man. And make some noise for yourself, make some noise for Selection.
And recently, after getting up with Selection and getting bigger, you developed a pretty good friendship with Kai Sango, which is what he told us earlier.
It was like more of like a free effort to give to like people that love our music from the first place. So we just want to give more and like, thank you. Like, it's not about the money at this point, and it's, I mean, at any point, but I say that because sometimes you kind of need to eat.
Right.
But at this point right now, we're just not really focused on tactics and, you know, what to do next, and we're just like making music and releasing it. Yeah.
And you guys just released your newest EP, which is called The Hour Spent Loving You. Can you tell us a little bit about how you guys developed that relationship and just the creative process behind that? Because from what he told us, it was more of a project where you guys were just trying to thank your fans. It wasn't about the profit and everything. So what's your side of the story on that?
He well, our relationship, he found me on Rapzilla when I was still like heavy in the Christian hip hop lane. He heard my song Laminin and decided he wanted to work with me. I guess just once at that time. And we ended up, the first song we did was Middle of Things. And then from there, we just started like, you know, hey, we should do more songs. Let's try for an EP. We just talked because it worked so well. So what's funny is, I Was Spent Loving You, I wrote that before I even wrote Bonfire. I Was Spent Loving You, with the exception of JFK, was completely written and finished by March of 2014. Yeah, March 2014. And then I wrote Bonfire after that. So I wrote that big soul, you know, alternative project. Then went and wrote a pop album right after that. And
Like you said, types of genres.
Yeah, but I Was Spent Loving You just came out a year later because we just, you know, we were trying to see, you know, could we sell it? What's the paperwork? Blah, blah, blah. Some things just kind of fell through, and we were able to just give it. We wanted originally to give it to the fans anyway,
Right.
and we were able to do that. So it's been a good thing. It's a good ride that we've been on since then. We've seen a lot of growth for me personally. You know, Kai Sango has really just taken me under his wing. I feel like I don't know, man. I feel like he just like lifted my career just by, you know, choosing to work with me, giving me the opportunity to do an EP with him, which I don't think anybody else has done, you know? So, you know, giving me a chance to match my name with his, so much so that it's, you know, synonymous,
Right.
you know? People are putting that in his credits. It's crazy, you know? He's been, even though he's younger than me, he's been big brother in every way.
Right.
In every way. I look up to that guy, and, you know, musically and in life. So, yeah, I think everything that we're doing has been very positive. That's why he came to me. That's a lot of it is his vision, because, you know, he's not a singer or a rapper, but a lot of it is what his heart is. I'm just able to write it for him. So, you know, it's been cool to be able to be that piece.
Man, we really appreciate you coming out here tonight. And like you said, the Hour Spent Loving You EP just dropped. What can we look forward to from you? So,
man, I am working on a project which is very vague, but still I am. And I do want it out before the end of the year.
okay.
So we'll see about that, because it may end up being January. But I want it out before the end of the year because I have a lot of touring going on. Me and Sango are going on a European tour here in October for a couple months. And then I may have something here in America as well for a couple regions. It's not in stone, but we're trying to set it up. And of course, Blind Man, my song Blind Man just came out. That's on iTunes and anywhere else that you can get it. Thank you.
Definitely.
That was a holdover from a project I was working on. So I was like, we got to put that song out there.
Right.
So I'm happy about the success of that one as well. And yeah, hopefully we can keep building on that and, you know, just doing great things in music, man. Trying to help people.
Dope, dope. But we'll definitely have our eyes open for that project. And Spzrkt, we appreciate you coming out and talking to us tonight, man. I mean, it was a great show. Definitely appreciate it, bro. No doubt, no doubt. My name is Ibrahim Kanari. We're just here with Spzrkt, and thank you for watching Made in the District.
Thank you for all the values. Thank you so much for every work that you answer. Thank you so much.